You just did something faster than you can think. But the power plant that answered you might be 500 miles away. So what actually reached you in that half second, and how did it arrive instantly? You'd be forgiven for picturing electrons rushing from the plant to your bulb at the speed of light. That picture is almost right and exactly backwards, because the electrons themselves barely move. In that wire, they drift at a few meters an hour, slower than a snail. So what races to your lamp? Let's trace it. First layer. The wire was already full of electrons before you touched anything. Flipping the switch doesn't send them on a journey. It sends a wave, an electromagnetic field down the line near the speed of light. Each electron just nudges the next. The energy travels in the field around the wire. That's why it feels instant. Nothing had to arrive. Second layer. To send power far, you have to raise its voltage hundreds of thousands of volts, or it bleeds away as heat. A plant steps it up, ships it across the country, and substations step it back down for your street. That trick decided a war. In the 1880s, Edison's direct current could only reach about 9/10 of a mile from the plant. Alternating current and the transformer could leap that, which is the entire reason your outlet is AC. Third layer. The part almost nobody sees. Electricity can't really be stored at grid scale, so supply has to equal demand every single instant. The tell is frequency 60 cycles a second in North America. When you switched on your light, you nudged that number down a hair, and somewhere, a generator pushed a little harder to catch it. In milliseconds. Every generator on the continent spins in lockstep. It's been called the largest machine in the world. Now see the whole board. A plant. A step-up transformer. A web of high-voltage lines crossing a continent. Substations. A step down to your street. And millions of homes all locked to the same 60 Hz beat. You didn't summon electrons from a plant. You tugged one end of a continent-sized machine, and the whole thing answered at once. The system makes sense once you see the whole board. None of this is hidden because someone hid it. It's hidden because it's distributed across 3 grids, thousands of generators, and a number quivering near 60. A machine balanced this finely can fall fast. In 2003, a single untrimmed tree touched a line in Ohio. An alarm quietly failed, and within minutes about 50 million people went dark across 8 states and Ontario. In 1965, one misset relay blacked out 30 million and created the body that now polices grid reliability. And the machine has seams. Texas runs its own grid, on purpose, to stay outside federal rules. In 2021, a freeze pushed it within minutes of total collapse. Operators shed 20,000 megawatts to save it. Now the ground is shifting. The spinning generators that steadied that 60 Hz beat are giving way to wind, solar, and batteries. The batteries help, but they're still about 2% of the machine. Tonight, you'll flip a switch again. This time, you'll feel the half second differently. Not electrons arriving from far away, but a whole continent, balanced on a knife edge at 60 Hz, answering you the instant you ask. You don't use the grid, you play it. Every system we trace runs on the same instinct. Keep the balance, or the lights go out. If this changed what a light switch feels like, we're mapping more systems like it all season.